So let's say that you want to found a business. One of the very first questions is what kind of business do you want to found? Do you want to do a startup or do you want to do a small business? While these are things that have some gray area in between them, the distinction between them really is that a startup is going for world domination. It's trying to become a big company, a multinational. It's set up to absorb millions of dollars in venture capital. It's very ambitious. Whereas a small business is something which is not meant to scale to thousands of employees and millions of customers and dozens of countries. It's meant to provide a service to people in the neighborhood. Now, the difference between these is that with a startup, you have to deal with the stress of playing in a winner-take-all market, and in going for world domination, you have really no protections against anybody else. It is a completely international competition where you have to be the best in the world. The stress of running a small business, though, is that you might be trampled by one of these guys who has achieved world domination. For example, I think that in the next 10 years or so, driverless cars are going to put a lot of mom and pop businesses out of work. And so there's no stress-free route, right? A small business is not necessarily the path to nirvana. It means that you probably won't be able to exit the business. You'll probably have to run it for your whole life. That's fine if that's your choice, but you want to think about this. There's always trade-offs. Of course, the third option is to be an employee. There's nothing wrong with that either. That just basically means that you might have slightly lower risk tolerance. You may not want to go 6 months living on ramen without a salary. You might want a 401k. Nothing wrong with that. So think about your options and think about what you really want to do. Do you really want to do something that is a global winner-take-all business? If so, you're ready for a startup. But now let's talk about next whether or not your business idea actually could be a startup.